Hello, manifestors. As promised, today I have a whole checklist Manifest Your SP video about what you should do, what you shouldn't do, what matters, and what doesn't matter. Hopefully, this video will be helpful to you. If not, if it's not enough, I also have a course, a masterclass, Manifest Your SP Masterclass, and the link is down below this video. So without further ado, let's get into it. So the number one thing that you have to realize is that you are manifesting all the time, always. And whatever your situation is right now with your specific person is a reflection of yourself. It has nothing to do with them, nothing at all. So you can leave this alone, rest that alone for good. It has everything to do with you. But this is not a blaming game, right? It means that what you believe that you are inside is what is reflected back on to you. And more than anything, by your specific person, by the person you want to be involved romantically with. So the number one thing that you need to do is, and I mentioned that in my course, by the way, it's take full responsibility for whatever happened. Whether it's an ex, whether it's someone new, whether it's someone you just dated a few times, take full responsibility for the reason that this person seemingly doesn't want to be with you. They don't have any free will. They don't know it, but it's the way it is. They absolutely don't have any free will in the sense that they can only reflect who you are being. So if you are angry with them, if you have resentments towards them, you must take full responsibility. And if that helps, and I'm sure it would help if you have quite a bit of resentment, to write a letter of forgiveness. So you don't send them that letter, but you write them a letter of forgiveness. You forgive them for whatever they've done because they don't have any free will. They don't know it, but all they can do is reflect who you believe that you are. So who you believe that you are as a person, who you believe that you are in regard to them, and who you believe that you are in regard to that specific person. But by no means it has anything to do with them. That I know for a fact, like I just know it. It's undebatable. It's just true. It's the truth. I've seen it for myself. I've seen it for my hundreds and thousands of clients. It's always the case. So number one, you understand that your situation right now, it's due to who you believe that you are. In other words, your self-concept. Number two, you take full responsibility for what happened. And number three, if you feel anger, resentment, or any negative emotions like that, write down a forgiveness letter, a letter where you forgive them. You don't send it to them. You just write it and then you can throw it away. Now, let's talk about what doesn't matter. Many, many times, almost on a regular basis, right? I have people asking me, what should I respond to my SP? Or they already contacted them and they ask me, what should I say? I don't know what to say. You know what? It doesn't matter what you say. You could tell them to go to hell. You could tell them whatever. It doesn't matter. So either you don't reply at all or you reply whatever, whatever. It doesn't matter. Trust me 100% on that. Whatever you tell your SP in the 3D does not matter. I know it sounds crazy, even sad, I have to say sometimes, but it doesn't matter. What you tell them in the 3D, it doesn't matter. So don't even ask me what you should respond. Respond whatever sounds more logical at the moment to respond. That's the best you can do. Do that. But like I said, you could even tell them to go to hell and it wouldn't matter because you could still manifest them and they would still not even remember that you said that. Trust me. And even if you said them, I love you so much, they would not remember it either. See, that's why I'm saying it sounds almost sad, but really, 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 what you say, what you do in the 3D does not matter. Not even 1% of what you do inside and who you are inside. Okay? So again, it doesn't matter what you say. Doesn't matter. You reply, you don't reply. Doesn't matter. Get that once and for all, guys. Don't worry about what you respond. Like I said, just respond whatever seems more logical at the time. Another thing that doesn't matter. Whatever SP is telling you right now, showing you right now, doesn't matter. If they tell you, I don't want you anymore, if they tell you, I don't want to see you anymore, if they tell you, I hate you, it doesn't matter. It absolutely doesn't matter. Because again, whether it sounds funny or sad or both, they would not even remember it in a year from now. Just the same as, let's say you had your SP and a year ago they said, I love you, you're the woman of my life, you're the man of my life, you make me so happy, I couldn't live without you. But you did your little inner work in a negative way, right? So they left you. Do you think they remember what they said a year ago? No, they don't. It's completely irrelevant at this point for them. Same thing the other way around. Same thing exactly. Whatever your SP is telling you right now, don't pay attention. And really, this is what we call don't react. Like you hear it, you're not deaf, but don't react. Just say, okay, whatever, right? In your mind, you don't even have to say that out loud. Okay, whatever. And go ahead with your inner work. Whatever they say, don't go on imagining that it means anything. It means nothing. Again, it's just a reflection of who you are being right now or who you have been recently. But if you do the inner work, whatever they say, whatever they do now that is completely undesired, unwanted, it doesn't matter. Okay? Don't be discouraged by that. It absolutely doesn't matter. Now, another thing you can do and you should do, if they have said something that you feel that has hurt you, you must revise it. Revise it instantly if you can, or revise it at the end of the day. But as it says in scripture, do not let the sun go down without revising. Revise that scene where they said something or did something you didn't like, or maybe it was even hurtful. Revise it. Do not stay on that memory. Revise that memory. Create another, a different, a much better memory and run it in your mind a few times until you feel that the original event has subsided. It's very important you do that. So many of you still stay on a negative feeling, on a negative note. Don't do that. Revise. Super duper important. Now, the things that you do need to do and the things that you do not need to do. Do you need to do any techniques to manifest a specific person or anything else for that matter? No, you don't. You don't need to use any technique. What you need to do is to convince yourself, right, that you are the person who already has the SP, but you do not need to use any specific or any technique at all. Now, can you manifest even though you're crying, you feel anxious, you feel sad? Yes, you can still manifest a specific person through tears and sadness and anxiety. Why? Because those things are just emotions. And guess what? Even when you have your desire, even when you will have your specific person, you are going to feel at times, because it's part of the game, anxious, sad, and cry. So when you feel this way, even if it's about the SP, it's okay. Remember that those are just emotions, and emotions, they don't manifest. What manifests, it's the state. It's the inner conversation. It's the fact that you are not double-minded in your mind. But if you feel sad, it's a human emotion to feel sad. Let's say you are thinking about your specific person and they are not present right now. You have the right to feel sad, to feel angry, and to cry. Let that just go in and out of you. Emotions never last long. They may last a few hours. They may even last a whole day, but usually the next day you'll feel better about it, even if it has lasted a whole day. So let those emotions go through you, because as a human, you are a vehicle of emotions. So let them go through you. That's okay. However, when you have those emotions, remind yourself that your SP is yours. Remind yourself of what you desire to be. This is the moment to imagine or affirm, I know that my SP is mine. I know that right now, through my tears and my desperation, he thinks about me. He wants me. I occupy every single one of his thoughts. He can't wait to see me. And you go on and on and on. Your inner conversations, those are the important things. You know why? Because inner conversations, we have them day in and day out. From the moment you wake up to the moment you fall asleep in unconsciousness, you have inner conversations. So frankly, inner conversations are not techniques. You have inner conversations regardless. As long as you are alive, you have inner conversations. And Neville mentioned that. And I'm going to read a quote from him. You have inner conversations always. So the main biggest vehicle that is going to bring your specific person is to have the right inner conversations. If you have negative and opposite inner conversations, this is called being double-minded, meaning you have one foot in, one foot out. And if you are double-minded all the time, this is what is blocking, so to speak, the coming of your SP. So you need to go full in, not to be worried so much about techniques, not to be worried so much about watching more videos, not to worry so much about your emotions of the day, but control your thoughts, control your inner conversations, because they are automatic, autopilot manifesting machine. When we talk about imagination, and I've said that many, many times before, imagination is not, absolutely not, only visualizing, right? Well, yes, many people visualize, imagine rather, while visualizing, but most of us, and really all of us, even if we have a good ability to visualize, we all have, without exception, if you have a normal functioning brain, you have inner talk, inner speech, inner conversations. Sometimes you talk to yourself, sometimes you talk to other people in your mind, and you do that every day. If you can control that and that alone, when manifesting a specific person, it's going to be huge. Because I have noticed that for myself, even if it was not for the other hundreds of people that I've coached and helped, I have noticed it for myself that by the mere fact of not controlling my inner conversations, I have manifested unwanted things in my life. I don't even remember if I visualized them, but I know for sure that I have heard them. I have heard a negative inner conversation that has manifested. So beware, guys, by all means, beware of your inner conversation. And this is what Neville says about this. If one could only control these inner conversations morning, noon, and night, and carry them right into the dream world, he would know what world he is creating. Stop for one moment and ask yourself, what am I thinking now? You are carrying on a little tiny inner speech at every moment of time. This is what I ask everyone to observe. Observe what you are actually doing on the inside, for that is what God sees. And what you are doing on the inside, you are doing in little tiny speech movements, and they are crystallizing in the manifested world around about you. So, as I mentioned earlier, and as Neville confirms here, we have those tiny little inner conversations, inner speech, inner talk all the time. And sometimes, if we are not aware and awake, if we have not become the observer of our own thoughts, they can be very sneaky. We almost don't notice them. This is why, as a conscious manifester, the first thing you need to start doing, and this is what I tell all my clients, the first thing you need to start doing is to become the observer of your own thoughts. This is the only way you are going to know what's going on up here. Otherwise, you are like the rest of the people out there, walking robots who think all day long things that they have no idea about, and mostly into, of course, the negative and limiting beliefs. So, as a recap, what you are going through right now in regards to USP, it's because of who you believe that you are. But who you believe that you are can change anytime, can change now, right? You can change now who you believe that you are. If so far you have believed that you're not good enough, that relationships are hard, that every time you meet someone you like, they don't like you, whatever your story is, that story has to change, because what is manifesting right now in your life in regards to your SP is the story that you have been telling yourself most likely your whole life, or at least your whole adult life. So this needs to change. And the way you change it is by using your imagination. So whether you use imaginal act or inner conversations, whatever fits you best, that's what you do. But you change that story. And you make sure that within those inner conversations, you include your SP. You hear them tell you what you love to hear. You hear them telling you what you want to hear. You tell them what you want to tell them. And you feel the way you want to feel. So you have inner conversations about yourself about them in regards to you and about the whole relationship. And you feed that every day more and more and more. And you do not let negative, opposite thoughts come in the way. If you feel sadness, if you feel emotions of sadness, anxiety, you feel like you want to cry, just go ahead and do it, as long as you do not spiral down a negative inner conversation again. Don't worry about doing techniques if you don't like to use techniques, or if you've used them all by now and they're not working. Don't worry about the techniques. Don't worry about what they say. Don't worry about who they are right now. Those are irrelevant to manifest them. You can manifest them regardless of anything. The only thing that matters is the world that you create inside yourself. And this is what manifests your specific person. I hope this was helpful, guys. I think I've said it all, but obviously there are more details in my Manifest Your SP Masterclass. If you want to check it out, do that now. And also, you can request my one-on-one help if you need help that way as well. Thank you for watching. Please give me a thumbs up if you like the video, comment and share this video if you know people who could use it, and comment. I love to read your comments. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye for now.